Welcome back. This is Daily Bread Devotional. It's Pastor Q. If you don't know, I am Quentin Carter. I'm senior pastor at Reed's Chapel, Church of God. And we will get into the verse of the day today. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful Monday. Thanksgiving is coming up. So, maybe do a little fasting until then. We had our Thanksgiving for the church this Sunday, and then have a couple more this week too. But let's get into this. Verse today is Galatians 5:25. But I'm going to read the contextual verses too. We're going to start in verse 22. And then we'll end with verse 25. But starting in verse 22, Galatians chapter 5. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Christ's have crucified the flesh with the afflictions and lusts. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. And that's verse 25. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. And so, big verse for today. And it's talking about the fruit of the Spirit. I know being Pentecostal, everybody says, it's the evidence. Because they talk about the baptism of the Holy Spirit and the evidence must be speaking in tongues. I think it can be a evidence. But the biggest evidence, I believe, is right here. It's the fruit of the Spirit. This is how your character changes. This is how Jesus makes you a new creation in Him. And if these start to take place in your life, there's a telltale sign that you definitely have the Holy Spirit. It says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Okay? And so if these things begin to occur in your central character after meeting Christ, I guarantee you got the Holy Spirit. And this is what I look for when people are wondering if they have the Spirit, or look at the fruit of the Spirit. Are those replicating in your life day to day? Right? It's not like you have to be perfect at these, because it's not about being perfect. It's just about letting this fruit hang off your tree, right? These types of fruits, and characters of who Christ was, right? In His Spirit, right? This is something the Spirit will do in you, but we also have our part too. And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts, right? So if we're following Christ, we have to knowingly say, I am done with my own life, right? I'm tired of a life of sin. If you go up, you'll see the works of the flesh there in verses 16 through 21, which is all opposite of the works of the Spirit. So if you're caught in one of these lifestyles up there in the works of the flesh, and you just can't get away, you need to be born again, right? You need the Spirit of God to give you these fruits, right? The fruit of the Spirit is just vital for the Christian walk, and you won't accurately represent Jesus if you don't have these fruits growing on your tree. Remember, Jesus says you'll know them by their fruit. A good tree can't produce bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot produce good fruit. And so, you know, letting God produce these in your life. Some, are produced easier than others. It's kind of according to your makeup. But all should be inhibited, right? All should take place in the spirit, in the life of a believer. We go down to verse 25. It's talking about if we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit, right? So if we have faith, okay, that's what it's saying. If we have faith in Jesus, then we should follow him, okay? That's what that verse is saying. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. So there's always this dual role of us and God, okay? Yes, he's supremely sovereign, but with our free will, we choose to follow his sovereign plan, if that makes sense. And so it's not like we just have an encounter with Jesus, believe, have faith in Jesus, and just sit back and do nothing. That's impossible. That's like if you believe a tornado's coming, you're gonna seek shelter, right? If you hear like the train noise, you see the winds blowing, you see houses being picked up around you. You're not just gonna say, oh well, I believe the tornado's coming. I can't quite see it. It's a little dark out here, but I'm just gonna sit on the couch and watch some TV. No, the power's already went out because power lines are getting ripped up, right? You seek shelter because you believe it's coming. And so the same, if we believe in Jesus, we will follow him. We will do the things he's telling us to do, which is spread the gospel. Love your neighbor, love him, like things he's commanding us to do. Love our enemies. There's all kinds of things. Forgive that Jesus has commanded us to do, that all are central to these fruits of the Spirit. But we have our part too. We have to, if we believe it, if we say, then we have to do it. Now, we don't believe, we don't gain salvation by doing things. That's not the point. But once we're saved, we're so thankful. Our cup is overflowing, right? So kind of everyone around us should get some water splashed on them, so to speak. But bless you guys. This has been Daily Bread Devotional, Galatians chapter 5, verse 25 today. Thank you for joining me. We will hopefully see you again tomorrow. God bless.